10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
We're just gonna go straight into casting. So LD and let's just go straight to it.
Dusk.
Guys, can you hear me? LD, Lumi.
Imba Spirit.
Winter Wyvern.
Radiant team pick.
Right. Let's start, guys. You guys can you see it?
Dazzle.
Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah. Dark Seer.
Radiant team.
Night Stalker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Helen, I don't think the she has the caster. A bit loud. What? You sure? You don't hear it? No. What the fuck? They hear? They're supposed to hear the cast, not us.
But we can tell you what's with gas. Wait, there's LPs and five So, did you see what?
Earth Shaker.
Oh. We should use our mic right ourselves.
No, mine is on.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Guys, your microphone's on. Turn your microphones on.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
All right.
remaining.
Is there mic on now?
All right. Apparently chat preferred it when they can hear us.
Reserve time.
Great. This is the best I've heard in a while. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to listen to us.
All right, boys. Go to the Nanyang Championship. He's LD. I'm Luminous. We are at the tail end of this draft. I think the most important thing that we really, or you guys didn't hear about is that right now Mineski really lacks lockdown for Ember Spirit. And Huskar is 100% win rate for Mineski. They pick it up whenever they can. They're very good with this hero. The question is, can they finish early? That's kind of what we're asking for Mineski.
Yeah, I do not. We'll see what the last pick is going to be. I don't see them going very well on Mineski right now. They have almost no lockdown for Ember. The team fight, like Darkseer, Wyvern, Ember trio, that's just dirty. You can't beat that late game.
This is the lineup that CDEC took in Summit 4. So it's a lineup they're very comfortable with. And here we go. There's that lockdown we're talking about. Raging Potato, though, normally they're off-lane players. So we'll see how it works out for them. I don't think you want to take Wind Ranger off-lane. I think it's going to be a mid-range ranger. You really need that quick dagger to give you the lockdown necessary.
Agreed. So the draft now complete. We're going to get underway here with game one. The two-game series.
Are you standing up, LD?
Yeah, I am standing up. I'm also going to...
How are you even mouse when you're standing up? You're good.
LD
right now is kneeling on the ground. Okay, you're not kneeling on the ground.
I'm going to do the wide squad.
If
we got issues,
if production knows what they're doing, this will be a perfect camera shot. I don't know if it's on us.
Yeah, by the way, we're working on the audio issues, guys. We are aware there's a little echo. We're going to try to get it sorted out for you, so apologies for that. But here we go, Lumi. It's our opening match of the group stages. Remember, these games are... We need ours.
Prepare for battle.
Out here, you guys. Don't... Production value increases. Alright, game one. Two-game series, you get 3 points for winning 2-0. So very important here for... I'd say for CDEC is a team that comes in probably looking like an easy top 4 candidate. You win this series 2-0 against Mineski, kind of in the middle of the pack in this group, maybe towards the bottom, and you're in pretty good shape. You drop 1-1, or you lose series 0-2, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure which side you stand in the debate, because there was a big debate for the majors, right? Whether the 2-0 favored or the stronger team or not, or...
Yeah, so I know Eternal Enemy players come out and spoken against that format, and from an organizer's point of view, the only reason why it happens is because it avoids tiebreakers, which cuts down on scheduling logistics. And obviously, we're in Singapore. Things are expensive here, and this venue is very nice, so they're trying to get things done. But all right, looks like the bounty will be spawning soon. We're gonna have Viper going mid. He's got a little criticism over the past, what would you say, like the past... For what, 6 months or so for his lack of diversity in the hero pool, but that's something fresh for Shiki. Not well, we normally see him play.
He did not play the track matter, so I think that was criticism enough.
Every coin helps.
Was the hero, though for the wrong reason. We're going to just go trying to snatch that down, but aggressive, too quick on the draw. Good effort by Ryo. To back himself away in the end.
Alright, so for the lane here, LDV actually favor. You talked about how Mineski really need to get off a great start in the lane stage, but on the mid lane, it's a Wind Ranger versus Viper. You expect Wind Ranger to really do well in the lane, but Viper traditionally a very strong mid laner.
Yeah, that's it's. Apparently they're going to be competing with us. Yes. Oh, what Lumi has to have Lumi. Okay, so Viper versus Wind Ranger. Well, I think it's a slightly Viper favorite matchup in terms of just like last city lane. Obviously, Wind Ranger can do more leaving the lane. So I think that's I wouldn't call it a wash. I call it should be a slight win for Viper. He also got a better block here, so he got off to a good start. What are the other lanes? That's probably the most important thing is slowing down Ember. And it's something that Gods and Were both been talking about when I've been with them is the importance of testing Ember in the laning stage. Too many teams give this here the safe lane and let him just have free farm, but it's going to be tough against this try. Like good luck actually going on aggressive with a Shaker and a Wyvern deck.
Yeah, I think Mineski needs to get a little bit more control. Generally, Nice Stalker roams off quite a bit as well. Meanwhile, in the safe lane here, Huskar should get absolutely free farm in this lane, right? I mean, Darkseer, sure, he could put an Iron Shell too, but I don't think Huskar really cares too much.
Looks like that Night Stalker did make an early rotation. He was scouted here by Dire Observer. Apologies if the camera works a little shaky. Literally, like, I'm so good at that right now.
Please, no excuses. No John. Alright, so Darkseer being zoned out. I mean, he's level 2, so he should be fine. But I think this matchup, like you said, is going to be the vital part of the game. Now, do you have Darkseer as a dedicated mech buyer? So Viper, who normally gets mech, doesn't have to here. I was saying earlier, when Viper is played by CDEC, they don't like to go for the mech Viper, they also don't like to go for the Aghanim Viper. He goes for Yasha first, and Manta kind of first guy. How do you feel like that item is going to fit in this game?
Manta style for Viper?
Yeah.
He's like, to me, he's the red herring in this game. Like, you spend all your resources going on the Viper, that means the combo is free to do whatever they want.
Okay.
And so I think anything that helps Viper tank up, Manta's definitely in his arsenal, especially later on. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the first good item, but he's probably what, you go for like the early Ags, maybe the mech carrier if Darkseer wants to skip it, or Darkseer gets the mech and then he goes straight Ags. By the way, Jesse Vash, he spent an enormous amount of time just camping mid. Level 1 here on the Night Stalker, not feeling that early laning impact. We definitely need some levels here to have a successful first night.
Yeah, he's not like an Earthshaker on the support row where you could get away with staying at level 1 for a long time. So, especially with the first coming Nightfall, I'd like to see him get at least to level 3. So he has a 1-1-1 build going to maybe set up some pressure on the lanes. But you're talking about that we need to shut Ember down. So far, Mineski, to me, has not done that at all. As aggressive as essentially free farm.
And they're running a safe lane Huskar. You pick this hero obviously in part for his lane dominance. Not only, but that's definitely part of the reason. He can't really do anything to Darkseer. Darkseer just Iron Shells the waves. He can always surge himself back, and they don't have a stun against Darkseer in the lane. So there's really no way to stop Darkseer from getting his levels in farm. And meanwhile, the Night Stalker's early roam has been, I would say, completely unsuccessful. Yeah. Not just because he hasn't gotten kills, but he's also not securing the runes. Earthshaker got the last one. And he's not getting levels, which means the Knight's going to be a struggle. So to me, this laning stage already looking very good for CDEC. That first night will be important, but it's still a level 1 Night Stalker, 3.5 minutes. Like, what exactly is he going to do at nighttime? He doesn't even have Hunter in the night yet.
So normally Darkseer really demands the attention of 2 supports to zone him out. And like you said, yeah, sure, Huskar's not really doing anything to the Darkseer. At the same time, they're freeing up at least 1 support. The problem for me is that, sure, you free up 1 support, but Night Stalker's not doing anything with that freedom. He's just roaming around and getting no experience. So
I would almost rather if he's, dare I say it, like dual laning mid at least a little bit. Although, okay, he gets level 2 now, so that's a decent start. But level 2 Void, not a particularly strong mid, and he made, it's only a level 1 Void, but it might be enough to kill him off with the Arctic Burn stacking up another Toxin. That's some serious damage. Well, I think it's officially okay to call this early Night Stalker roam a completely badass. Yep. Not getting the level, leading experience, giving away a kill. It's kind of a tough Night Stalker game in the sense that like Viper's not easy hero to roam on. You can't really gank Darkseer early, but to me, the thing to do at this point is just get ready for the first night. You can have it. He gets food, now he has CP. Question is, where does this go? Like, Aggressive's already level 5. I don't think killing him, no point in silence yet, only a level 3 us. And there's 2 swords there, so I almost think you like grab this night and go for the next night when Huskar has armlet and hopefully is quite strong at that.
I mean, I think that's strength for the Viper pick. We didn't really get a chance to talk to her. We did because Mike muted it, so we didn't get it. The nether toxin for Viper is going to be
playing, trying to push there. Can they actually kill him off the chain? Already committed. There's the vision. One more forward. Weren't even in position. The long range. He's
Alright. I mean, hey, there you go. Nice Stalker doing his job, right?
Yeah, Wyvern was off mid lane. I think they may have scouted that as well with this Observer ward, so to the extent that's true, either that or he may have TP'd, didn't actually catch it. Very good adjustment there, and Garter was also off near the neutrals. If he's a bit closer to Fissure, then I think Ever gets out. But hey, they find their timing, and suddenly the laning stage nightmare is slightly reversed.
And that's a key kill that Mineski have to get, right? If you rather kill anybody on CDEC, it has to be on the Ember, because Darkseer is going to get his stuff, Viper is going to get his stuff, but the most X-Factor hero for CDEC, to me, is the Ember Spirit.
You almost had it.
CDEC now almost level 6 on aggressive here. They've been doing a pretty good job of giving him the experience in the lane. Is the one downside to running the tri-lane though, and I think worth checking. Are there any stacks up?
I don't think so.
Doing. So that's another good effect of this aggression top is supports have been busy. They've not been stacking freely with the Ember Spirit, but Viper, he's having a good time mid.
Alright, so what's the timing that we need to hit if you're Mineski, right? You talked about how they need to win the early stage. It's been kind of mediocre. Are we looking for a key gank and then you go into the Roshan pit with the Huskar, or are you looking to take more T1s? What is the plan here for Mineski?
Get Armlet on Huskar, that's step 1. I'd say step 2 is get just more levels in general, so get Husk maybe up to like level 7 or so if possible. And Dazzle, I mean, he's ready to fight, he just needs boots at least. And then I think you just, at that point, you fight around the Huskar. Like, the entire game plan is built around Huskar tanking through a lot of CDEC damage. They're very light on physical damage at this stage. They really only have Nether Toxin. I would say it's probably their best ability to deal with them for now. No, sorry, not Nether Toxin.
Nether Toxin is a good one, though. It adds quite a bit of damage to your right field.
But you can, to some extent, like, yeah, and that's where you count on the Grave, you count on the Snowball save. But that's, to me, the only way Mineski actually fights right now is the whole game plan centered around
I do like to see the Tusk get a point into his Frozen Sigil a little bit earlier, just for the fact that you can protect your Huskar a bit with that attack speed slow. I think it's often a very undervalued part of the hero, and it's another part that CDEC has to deal with, in my opinion.
As for the Wind Ranger mid, we're not seeing any explosive plays yet out of Bimbo, but Jay, Bimbo, Raging Potato, whatever you want to call him, this is his new name of choice. He has been a huge playmaker lately. Of course, very famous in the old days as one of the most individually talented players from SEA, but he's really stepped his game up, I would say, like the past maybe month or so. So I'm expecting big things out of him this game. And they're going to need it, because just matchup-wise to me, if this is an even game, it's a CDEC favored game, especially going past like the 15-20 minute mark.
All right, we do see the TP top here by Bimbo. Looks like we're going to see a go here on aggressive. Nice snowball down here. Oh, power shot missing.
From behind, but the remnant dodge for Reggie. A little bit of time, and then suddenly 2 supports arrive. Ryo forced the TP out. Bimbo's rotation will be wasted, and aggressive kept alive. Good effort there. But this leaves Shiki just actually farming off in the mid lane. And XC back to the base, but already level 5 now. Not the best start for a Darkseer, but I mean, considering that the Huskar is, or sorry, the Tuskar is not doing much better. I think it's.
I do have to say that that's a very good time to make the gank, because 7 minutes in, the first sets of wards are down, and it's still the first night time. So it's a good time making that gank, but unfortunately they missed the power shot and it failed. Also interesting to point out here, Darkseer has that first point into vacuum at level 5. That's very early to me. I wonder if CDEC really feels the early aggression that's going to be coming their way.
I think it's just for the combo, right? Like, I guess.
Oh, he's even put a second point to it.
Yeah. I think CDEC are looking at this game and basically saying, similar to what we are, that, oh, Ryo on lane, Remnant forward, Aggressive's going to die for this. He's just in range. Forces out the TP, now back away. Oh, Remnant, though, has stick charges. It's only a level 4 Night Stalker at the same time, so not a whole hell of a lot to do. Arctic Burn onto Ryo. Big commitment there from Q. Not quite able to finish the job. Aggressive had another Remnant available. He's going to start tanking the tower. Kind of a sloppy start here for both teams, but yeah, I don't know. Main thinking, I guess, for XC is you get the early points of vacuum, so if there is that big 5-man fight where they kind of group up behind the Huskar, you get one good vacuum curse, and then, like, the game's almost over for Mineski as far as pushing goes at that point.
Yep, so let's check out the armlet timing here for Huskar. He's already got it done. All right.
Good timing. I think, like, the fastest I've seen is, like, 7.5 minutes or so.
So I think this
that was with a killer, too.
This is where at least Cuckoo should begin at looking at that T1 tower, as he's already punching it quite a bit with his spears. And, I mean, once you start to get that T1 gold advantage rolling, you could really kind of push your Huskar to take the rest of the map.
Yeah, it's probably at this time, what, you're waiting for the next night, I would say, because that's the one issue for me with Mineski right now is the main hero who can go around creating space is the Tusk, but Ryo keeps on just showing top lane. So if they actually want to make a play, either they have to come gank his lane or he's going to have to disappear, in which case CDEC may be ready.
I think they're waiting for second night.
And I like what Mineski is doing. They're giving a little catch-up time to Jussie Vash, something he definitely needs after the way the game began, but still only level 4, 10 minutes on a Night Stalker. I mean, how Garter's level 4 in a tri-lane. It does, a lot of it goes back to like those 2-3 minutes that were spent over here not
doing anything.
Not pulling, not stacking, and somewhat come back to haunt.
Okay, so the item that we see quite a bit on Wind Ranger is the Blink or Aghanim's first item.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Maelstrom into Mjolnir here? Because you know your Huskar is going to be in the front, tanking essentially everything. Putting a Lightning Show on him could be actually very beneficial for the team. Or do you think the standard item choice is a little bit better here?
If I'm Mineski, I'm worried about getting kited by the enemy. That's my biggest worry. And
so you feel like you need a Blink to set up the Shackle?
I would probably. I think the traditional build is better. You also want to burst someone down during Shackle.
That's fair.
I do manage to miss the kill top of Ryo. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, score 2-1 now. Mineski get a towers the trade. Aging Potato will grab it. Rotation back. He's gonna TP top. They don't want to give anything up for free here to aggressive.
Yeah, they're a team that needs to build their tier 1 tower leads and not give anything away. So nice to see them TP aggressively. And again, I feel like this point of time for Mineski, all they want to do is passively push towers. As the second night hits, I think that's when the aggression will start. I think that's when Huskar will look to dive tower. That's when Rior is going to come in. That's when the Night Stalker is going to do a lot. And here we go. Here's that smoke.
No
30
darkness
seconds.
Yet, though.
Yeah,
so still 30 seconds to go. They're going to find Shigi. Oh, they have the ward uphill. They're just out of range for the break. Unfortunately, now the fissure comes out.
Yeah, Shaker was in position.
Very odd to blow the smoke right before nighttime. I think maybe they were hoping to get up the hill, but they saw him run in there and they still committed, thinking that Life Break would be in range. It was not. So a missed opportunity against Mineski. Now they did just get in late last night. Apparently they were finishing up MPGL, so they might be a little tired, perhaps nerves getting them a bit, but I would say so far the first 12 minutes, even though it's an even game, to me that's very good.
Fissure will hit. Nice, actually, Ice Shard protecting here Raging Potato for a little bit. XC will have Surge, but what a nice chain into slight interchain combo. Meanwhile, on the backside of the fight here, Shuku's going to get jumped here. Cuckoo in the fight. There's no more Suns available. Trying to TP out, not successful as we get a 1-for-1 trade, but I think Huskar being involved in that fight and getting the kill is or Jules getting the kill there. I think this is tier 1 tower.
Oh yeah, welcome to the jam, but there's the Wyvern to keep Sparta alive for the moment. They're going to need backup coming in. The first is committed while Cuckoo's armlet is active. He can't toggle it. Beautiful patience from Q. He's going to get the kill. Horus Punch will finish him up, but then the follow-up aggressive. Yeah, I'm going to take your gold, and I might want a little bit of yours too while I'm at it. Ryo on the run. Remnant forward, up and down the cliff. What placement by aggressive. And he's got the combo. Chains does not go for it. Not sure if he would have gotten the kill in the end as Raging Potato Bimbo was already back, but when the dust settles, Huskar dying there, such a good exchange for CDEC in the end, I feel.
That's huge. Huskar, if he didn't die there, he would have taken your tier 1 tower because he was such low health. I'm surprised that they actually made for that dive. I think they were expecting the Dazzle to have Grave, but his mana was actually pretty low, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he had the mana for it.
Yeah, so that's a big mistake. You cannot make mistakes when you're playing Huskar lineup. With that said, again, Mineski's 5-0 with this hero. They know how to play it. They did miss that one mistake, but they're right back. They're like, you know what? We're stronger at this phase of the game. We're going to keep taking your tier 1 towers until you can prove us that you can fight repeatedly.
And they know Winter's Curse is on.
Yes.
That's a big factor here. You want to mention Vacuum already level 3 though, because there's an interesting adjustment to skill building. Now the dunk forward on the Shigi, no way to stop this situation. The Cypher just pulled a brace, which they will do. Coming from behind is just Smash. Now Cuckoo, still fairly tanky. He gets actually very early Brave. Armlet toggles. He's gonna need to turn the armlet back on soon. Cuckoo, what are you doing, my friend? He just stands on the wall. He never armlet toggles. He ends up going down. CDEC turned into 5 heroes. No idea what happened there, but he definitely had time. He was like,
no, he did. But as he toggled, he took so much damage so quickly.
Yeah, he tried to re-toggle, I guess, and it was just too fast.
I mean, I think the fissure was what won them the fight, and in conjunction with the wall. Like, sure, the Huskar was in there, but he was receiving absolutely no support. To me, the weak point of this lineup right now has been the Wind Ranger. He's got farm, but he hasn't really done much with her farm. And
we haven't seen a 2-hero shackle. He's not really able to initiate, so they have to just run in under the tower, and that's where the combo punishes you. I remember that was without the Winter's Curse.
So I think they're missing quite a bit on the timing. It is going to be a Shadow Blade first on the Wind Ranger, so we're looking to split the map a little bit, find those single hero pickoffs, and then go from there. But like you said, throughout this draft repeatedly that, or this game repeatedly, that Mineski is on a timer. And to me, that timer is running very low now.
C-Batch was getting pursued a bit by your Viper. On the mid lane, and Ember jumping in, gets the chains off. Here's the lawnmower. And the down goes the grass. Ranger quickly destroyed. Now things will quiet down a little bit, and nighttime ending soon, Lumi. They have definitely not got enough done this nighttime, but they are going to be high for the
Oh, this is the desperate attempt.
This is really risky for Mineski.
Get out of there.
The weave still active for quite some time, but aggressive is going to stand next to Cuckoo. The dunk comes out as soon as he retreats. Then the cultivates to keep him alive, stalling and waiting. Remember, Spirit out of the picture for a very long time, so they'll lose the Wyvern. They may lose Xe as well. Beautiful shards grabbed by Ryo, keeping Xe in position, punching him up, smacking him down, and suddenly this nighttime gets a whole lot juicier. As Jesse Vash looks for a third kill, won't be able to find it, but that will be the Roche. That will be 2 kills as well, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Literally night over in 20 seconds with no darkness ready.
Yeah, Ember Spirit also TP out without leaving a remnant, so that would be a very. Oh, actually, he does have a remnant into the Roshan pit.
Is he gonna go for it? The big YOLO play is harder. Fissure to start.
Okay.
Roche is still very healthy though. They don't have. I don't think they have Medallion.
But here's the thing though, Huskar, he's not doing that much damage at this point. He has to back out. Yeah.
He's really not. In fact, they're not gonna be able to grab the Roche. They don't have any minus armor. Also, the Wind Ranger focus fire wasn't being used there for very long, so I think they need a Medallion and/or Wind Ranger to be just constantly focus fire auto attacking the Roche to get that kill.
Now the key point here for CDEC is that their combo is still online. Curse is back up, Vacuum is available, so I think they should look to start to take some of the towers themselves. You can see that Aggressive is already pushing bottom as a result. The most important thing for them right now is to not get picked off by the Wind Ranger. If you could delay the game for about maybe 5 to 10 more minutes, they should be absolutely golden. Their hero potentials are so much better than Mineski's.
And they're getting decent farm on everyone. Even the Wyvern managed to pick up a pair of arcane boots. Your Viper treads drums now up to 1700. Ember didn't have like the most amazing start, but most importantly now he's got the BOTs and he hasn't been dying. So 3-1-1, good start for him. All you really need to me at this point is like Blinko Darkseer, Blinko Wyvern, and your gravy basically.
I'd like to see a little bit more damage.
And just some damage on the Ember.
On the Viper as well. Yeah. The Viper looks like he's not going to be going for the Aghanims here, as we do see great sentry placement here, and Bimbo trying to get himself out of there. There's the curse being expended just to get that kill. It's a well worth it.
Shadowblade on Wind Ranger is a very risky pickup because it delays your Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
If they know it's coming, and he showed the Shadow Amulet like way before he got the items, so they definitely had. Obviously, a mid Wind Ranger is not building a Glimmer Cape, right? So you know that's a Shadowblade coming. So not only did he kind of foretell it, but if they see it coming, like you don't really do that much damage, to be honest.
We need that silence. Oh, just a little bit out of range here.
This is the other issue is the lack of lockdown until they get a Blink of Wind Ranger, and even then. If Aggressive is quick, and by golly, Lumi, he normally is quick with his reactions, they're not going to be able to lock that Ember down, so he'll be free to do whatever he pleases. Xe rushing forward. Fissure, a bit of an airball there. The Grave is committed quite early onto this. A single Enchant Totem will prevent that TP, and Jules will go down. Mineski just looking discombobulated. The early game plan didn't work out, and now it seems like they're struggling to figure out what do they do. This team is the one that should be on the aggression, should be 5-manning, but in fact, they're being forced to sit back and play reactionary Dota.
How's Artus doing in terms of item purchase? What exactly is he going for? Looks like he's going to try to get the mech. Which
I definitely like mech for their draft. I'm just worried about their lack of catch.
Right, so I was thinking maybe a Blink Dagger would have been a little bit more helpful to the team.
That's the interesting thing, is they need lockdown for Ember, but they also want to be able to fight behind the Huskar and keep on pushing. So they may have to transition here, but I mean, do you really want to be split pushing and trying to go late game against, first of all, this team fight, secondly, an Ember when you have no catch?
Well, I don't think they can,
sticky predicament.
I mean, with that said, though, we did see that one random river fight where Mineski got 2-3 kills from there, and they were able to...
They need those, like, chaotic fights.
Yeah, they do. So I don't think they're seeking any chaotic fights right now because it is daytime, but in a couple minutes, I think they have the last shot in the game. Like, they have to make this third night work. And here we go, a rainbow sort of TP coming up top, and Jesse Vash need to get the hell out of there.
Now you see me, now you don't, I'm back again, and they will find Jesse Vash off in the trees. Enchant Totem not going to connect. Well, he gets the rest of the team out.
On the back line, though.
But on the back line side, that's obviously a dead Night Stalker. And Q now trying to finish off Ryo.
Wait, he's not dead yet.
I mean, he is dead. It's just a matter of slowly poking him down, and he will eventually fall.
All right.
But the rest of the team gets out. So I think all things considered, not too shabby there. He's trying to go Midas, it looks like. Could have had his treads already if he wanted it. I mean, maybe that is the play. Maybe Mineski needs a little good old Teep and Dota. You know, just get 3 Midases, a Battle Fury, and a Radiance.
Wait, who's going for Midas?
Night Stalker.
Okay, well, that's more or less a catch-up Midas.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I like the Midas on him. I'm almost wondering if they should just triple down on this.
I don't think so. I think
it's tough. You don't want to play CDEC late game, but you're also not winning right now. So
if you're the Huskar,
Mineski in a pickle.
Okay, think of this situation, right? If Huskar finishes the BKB, let's say in about 2-3 minutes, what exactly is he working on? Is he working on BKB? Okay,
either that or the Halberd.
Halberd. Okay.
No, it's gonna be Halberd. It looks like.
The thing is, I feel like you could disarm one person, but it feels like CDEC's damage comes in multiple sources, right? You have Iron Shell that you can't really do too much about. Viper doesn't really care about being disarmed too much, and then you have the Ember Spirit. I feel like BKB is exactly what you need to jump into the squishy backline of CDEC and just go to work. Yeah. I don't know what Halberd does for you.
Evasion later on will be really good against Ember, but
it ain't good now.
At this point, it's not physical damage that's killing you. So I completely agree with you. I think BKB probably the better pickup. Still, there's Winter's Curse and Viper Strike, so it's by no means like you get a BKB, you just win the game outright, but it at least helps.
He's
Cuckoo jumps in and, well, almost gets blown up. Beautiful Grave coming out.
Okay.
And the 2-hero shackle. That's the Raging Potato that Mineski were looking for. Can he get out, though, is the question. Shadowblade scurries for the hills. Cuckoo, the big man in front. Eventually, the troll will fall, and now Mineski scatter backwards. Jesse Vash, where you going, buddy? Come back. I have a little bit of pain for you as well. No more lockdown. It looks like XZ. I think the vacuum was cooling down there and won't be able to get him in the end. But even with the beautiful 2-hero shackle, they still lose their Huskar and the perfectly timed Grave, and they get nothing out of it. They also lose the tower, mind you. So things not looking too great here. That's the other thing for Mineski is I think they really want to try to fight around the big cooldowns, mainly Winter's Curse. But when you lose your key Huskar to start the fight, by the time he respawns, it's going to be up.
Yeah, even though CDEC's not exactly excellent at pushing, meanwhile, it looks like Aggressive picks up a solo kill on the mid lane, and he's even go for more. It looks like he just jumped back out. But all of this is creating space for the push at bottom.
Yeah, how did he just dive? I guess he must just dove the lane. They don't even have a ward or anything.
Yeah, I think he BOTs in there and went to work.
And yeah, you're right. He did commit the BOT. So very nicely played. They'll get the tower while this is going on. Aggressive. You see, they saw the Ember very early. That was what, first overall pick, I think?
Yes, it was.
You see Ember very early. You know what you're up against, so you can't say that Mineski got caught off guard by the pick. But they are also getting punished here as the game moves along.
I think they really got caught off by their own inability to snowball. As we see Rio got,
looks
like
it's on cooldown. He's unable to snowball.
Well, not that snowball I'm talking about. But when they pick up the Huskar, they generally win the game, or at least get very far ahead 15 minutes in. But like we talked about, the lanes didn't go well for the Night Stalker. The Darkseer did his job, just got his farm, got the early mech, and
they're trying to hunt this Ember, but
I mean, let's say he gets a shackle shot off. Does he even get a kill solo?
I don't think while Flame Guard's active. If it's down with the Void, I think maybe they've just enough. They also kind of need that Shadowblade auto attack to come out aggressive.
He's not even taking any damage. Look.
He's got the Wyvern.
Yeah.
He's not dying. In fact, they're going to turn this one. Aggressive is about to live up to his name here. Charging forward. It's nighttime, but you wouldn't know it by the way the vampire is getting butchered.
That's a desperate gank. Trying to do an Ember in front of his tier 1 tower. Bottom lane, though, it looks like XZ might be in a little bit of trouble.
He's just going to get kited and slowly die here, I think.
Okay,
oh, he can TP out.
Look at how much damage he's taking from the Nether Toxin, though.
Yeah, he almost died.
Yeah.
The Nether Toxin is actually, you do not want to be throwing those flame spears.
And this is why Manta is so good on Viper, because your illusions actually do a sizable amount of damage as well.
Yeah, and it removes the Night Stalker silence. You can potentially just dodge the life break even if your time's absolutely perfect, but even just for the confusion in fights makes a big difference. As once again, Bimbo on the hunt. Fortunately for him, no vision. He's going to shackle aggressive. He just says, screw it. I'm going in on him, but Focus Fire's cooling down. Can they kill aggressive this time? No. Slate of Fist. Remnant tries to run the spear. It's going to be enough. He sticks up a Remnant again. It looks like he should survive. The Fire Remnant, or rather the Flame Guard blocking all the Burning Spears damage as it is magic. So he's able to tank through it, though it took almost the entire kit and caboodle, and Cuckoo will get clubbed down by Garter. Shackles there, but no follow-up whatsoever. A very desperate fight by Mineski, and they're fighting with an even number, actually a numbers advantage. There was one bottom just arriving, the Wyvern, and the Darkseer wasn't even there for the fight. 3v4 Lumi. They had the jump. They still lose the fight.
Yeah, I think he turned off his armlet, and right when he wanted to turn it back on, Echo Slam came in. So very well placed by Earthshaker, trying to get that kill. And you can see that CDEC had a huge advantage, and I think they're barely beginning to go into the Rosh. To me, this is a very safe play. You don't want to take a Roshan fight where the Huskar is still alive, and you come in and just wipe your team and take the Aegis. So they're only now going for the Huskar is dead for a while, and they should be able to take it down with the Medallion before the Huskar gets into the fight.
Very good use of Cold Embrace here to tank up the Rosh, while Garter takes absolutely no damage, but he will get bashed as punishment. Sigil going to scout this out. Rosh Only about half HP. This could be big for Mineski. They do not. You don't want to give up Roche. At this point, you're taking every fight you possibly can if you're Mineski, and they are
need to
swarming in. XC up on the high ground looking for the counter initiation, but Bimbo's going to find him.
Okay.
Shackle's there.
All right.
This is huge. XC almost
Need to
dead.
kill him.
Gets
They do.
him with the fissure, trying to disengage. Not quite enough. Aggressive, though.
Where's the Huskar?
Will be alive for now. The Darkseer's going to buy back, recommand to the fight. Huskar's down into the Roche pit, working on Shiki, but he's a damn tanky mother. And now backs off. Bimbo, caught by the chains, trying to survive as Aggressive chases him. So far, the Night Stalker also dropping in this fight, and Aggressive continues pursuit. They're going to catch Shiki. Snowball coming in hot onto the big flying man. They'll get the kill there as well, but
this
the
is the
trade is
turn.
Aggressive getting the kill on the Raging Potato. Remember, Darkseer bought back for this. I don't know if they have the firepower, Lumi. They already
They got
committed
back.
the Winter's
They got
Curse.
back.
The back. Up onto the high ground. The
Oh, he
point,
jumps
but he
down.
dunks down. He
Okay.
jumps out. The half-court dunks from Cuckoo gets the kill.
All right.
Roshan.
LD, remember I said it's so dangerous to go for Roshan when Huskar is dead, and he was dead for a while, but
They
man,
took too long.
yeah, they took too
Cuckoo
long.
with the huge
Oh,
plays,
he
but
gets
they're not done
bashed.
yet. Aggressive.
Okay, can he get the
Trying
Aegis? The
first. He's
Aegis is on the ground.
Oh, he was
All right,
chained, but they
okay.
didn't have anyone to jump in.
Yo,
Good effort.
Snowball on the high ground. They find the Winter Wyvern. Can we get the jump dunk on the high ground? No, he's flying over. He's working on Aggressive to heal bomb, doing so much damage. There's the Winter Coast Embrace, but it ain't mattering against the Flame Spears. He's doing so much damage trying to juke. And the fire, will he burn him down? He's dead.
Got him.
All right, Mineski, they're back.
Cuckoo, what a man. This is a breath of fresh air for a team that was looking close to roasted. And, you know, it's what happens when the fights get
Chaotic.
That's
This is what they
Mineski wants. That's where Huskar thrives. And that's where CDEC just crumble. If they don't get a decent Curse, Vacuum, Echo Slam, Fissure combo with the Ember doing some AoE damage, suddenly they're not that scary.
Okay, LD, I need some real talk.
Okay, real talk.
They just wiped CDEC. They forced a buyback. They got the Darkseer kill, and you're showing the graph here.
Let's show that again.
Okay, but really, how far behind is Mineski? Because to me, they're more than 2.5k he'll go behind.
I think they're okay for now, but they have to get something done with this Aegis. Just sitting on this Aegis and not farm and just purely farming, it's not really a viable long-term solution in my eyes, because eventually Ember will get an MKB. Right now he's gone Crystallis, so it's a little while. Maybe they can take this one Aegis. I'd say take the tier 1 top, maybe pressure one of the tier 2s or try to take that down. But the next Aegis for sure has to be with the one where they get high ground, barring CDEC throwing the game. It gets to that point where you push high ground and 5 heroes in, and you're just going to get destroyed by the combo.
Yep. Also, other key thing for me is that Huskar got 2.4k gold now. I like them to see getting a 1 defensive item. Heaven's Halberg is a fine defensive item, but I alluded to the BKB. I feel like BKB has to be his next item.
Or the Solar Crest on Jules. That will help a lot as well.
Okay,
I
all right,
think
but
he's working on
he's just dying way too frequently on the front lines
I
here.
say he's working on it, but he's a bit poor on the Dazzle. 3.5k net worth. But yeah, you definitely want to survive. This is a sustained damage lineup, and the longer that you can tank, if you can live through the combo, you get the Inner Vitality going, the Grave comes out, Snowball safe, suddenly you can actually beat CDEC at their own game.
Speaking of the combo, where was Curse used in that last fight, in the Roshan?
I think it was used on like one hero
Just
over
as a
like
stun,
this way, I want to
guess.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not combo, because remember, Darkseer was dead, and he had to buy back, so they didn't
Yeah.
get...
Actually,
get
that
the
was the
back into
key
Curse.
part of the fight, where they actually found the Darkseer, and they barely got him before he popped his mech, which was absolutely huge.
Yeah, guys, the production team is working on some of these audio issues you're reporting, so I believe they will be trying to fix the in-game sound. Might not be able to fix it until Game 2, but trust me, you're not missing anything.
Well,
Well, except the kills that I missed.
Yeah, I mean, Wind Ranger picked up Aghanims. That's huge for those solo pickoffs now. So
Yeah, now actually is a threat. Ember,
yeah.
Ember, I'm not sure if he's quite a solo kill, but he's close. And if you have a +1, for sure you can get it. I wasn't really sold on the Shadow Blade, but now that he's gotten past it and also has an eggs, it's like basically similar to a Blink, I would say.
Better, because you get the damage.
Yeah, there's the Shackle, but shooting from the low ground
What?
here.
He's not
XC,
missing, though.
He's not missing very much. Gets the vac off, pops the mech. Bimbo just kind of showing off his prowess here in the fights.
Yep.
But they're waiting out the Aegis. So far, only the one tier 1 taken. Mineski looks like they want their Salt Cuirass, and Huskar is coming soon. At that point, I think you really got to force it.
Yeah. I feel like they're already missing their timing for Mineski. The tier 1 alone is not enough. I feel like you need at least to poke your head at the tier 2. At least get some damage in. But for now, they're comfortably farming. And I think that's
they know how scary CDEC are, though, and I guess they're waiting for those next key items, like the Solar Crest if Jules can ever farm it, Cuckoo's AC, which is coming soon. If you just blindly push in, you get caught. Oh, that's going to hurt.
I think you have to blindly push in, because if you look at CDEC, their best defense is that Winter's Curse, correct?
Yeah.
If you could draw it out with your Aegis, you respawn, and suddenly, what do they actually have to deal with a Huskar after your Curse is down?
Nothing, because they don't have the MKB yet on Ember.
Exactly. So I felt like Aegis is your big hurrah. You need to get something done, and I don't like the fact that they're kind of just farming. So
CDEC taking this opportunity to smoke. They know that the Aegis is expiring quite soon. 1 minute to go. They saw the Night Stalker top, but probably assumed he had TP'd out. The other big thing that I think Mineski really does need in order to take a fight is the Ags on Night Stalker, just so they can like see the fight coming in advance. And along with that, maybe a gem. So I can understand them waiting, but I think it's the next Roche. They have to contest it, get the Aegis, and then with that, start controlling the map a bit more.
And again, the key pick off here for Mineski is the Darkseer. Darkseer is what sets everything up, right? The combo that you talked about, the mech is huge, applying that armor to everybody. And right now, it's CDEC that's actually looking to do a little bit of pressure on the T2. The initiators kind of hiding onto the side.
Aggressive is going to rotate top. Daedalus almost done. This is going to start hurting for Mineski. They are going to have the Assault Cuirass soon, which will be very handy, but I mean, it's still a lot of damage from the Ember.
Is he dead here? No, looks like nobody's going on the Huskar.
I don't even...
Well,
these
the Ember can come back.
If they bring back a third. But these two are not killing Huskar. Not with Big Bird, Lumi. Big
No,
Bird's got
Ember had a remnant in a tree, so I was wondering if they were going to make a go for it, but I guess
I
not.
honestly think even then, like, I think you still need the curse to easily bring him down.
It's too dangerous next to the T2 tower, so that back
And
off.
the thing is, CDEC don't really have to force the issue. Like, they're happy to just trade farm. Sure, Night Stalker's a Midas. Huskar's having an okay game, but Huskar doesn't flash farm. Wind Ranger isn't really that scary at this point. Like, if it's a farm trade game, CDEC are happy to play that tempo. So I think you'll see Mineski force the issue a bit more like they're starting to now. Get the Night Stalker eggs, get a gem, try to control the map. As the ping comes out top, but he is not alone. Cuckoo looking for a dunk. Oh, he's baiting them in. Can they even kill him? I don't even think these three can.
Oh,
AC's
Wind Ranger.
done now.
Do they have Sentry in the lane?
No, they don't.
Okay. They're just like hiding in the trees for the longest time. Although Blink Dagger might get cancelled. Garter? No, he blinks away. Wind Ranger. It is nighttime.
Did not see him. Oh, sorry, that's Radiant Vision.
So I'm not sure whether I like Wind Ranger's item choice here. He's going for Ogre Club into probably a BKB. I feel Wind Ranger is the one that needs to be doing the damage.
Yeah. Huskar later on is the tank. He's the one that can be kited. Wind Ranger is your long-range DPS.
Right. So
and more bursty. Like, Huskar is very sustained damage over time. And against Ember, you want that burst. So yeah, I think you need that Daedalus or MKB.
Oh, he misses your Shackle.
Is it enough for the kill? Okay. Oh, he's got it. Just barely. With the phase boots, the wind run is enough to lock him down. As simultaneously bottom lane looks like they want to make a go in Q. One creep too far. Gets uppercutted. Gets put under. Tries to TP out. He might actually make it home. Q gonna live the medallion, saving his life there. Very nice.
To me, that's a huge misplay by the Night Stalker. There's no reason you need to void there because he got punched and ice sharded, right? Like, and silenced.
Wait for his TP and
exactly.
Then void,
like at least or make him closer to dying.
He actually, I think he even had the Glimmer Cape and never. They don't have any True Sight, right? Yeah. Could have maybe glimmered as well.
Did he just pick it up in the base?
Oh yeah, that's right. Maybe he got it in the base.
Because for sure he would have used it if he had
was a good player, so yeah, he probably would have. Either way, Mineski trying to make the most of this time in between Roshans now as the game tips to even. Dead even in terms of net worth. Experience, in fact, tipping towards Mineski, but my eyes are on aggressive. Blink Dagger already up on XZ. Blink Dagger not coming for Q, but he's going to be able to like sneak himself in a bit with the Glimmer Cape. And you've got the Blink on Earthshaker, so got to be tread cautiously when it comes to these big team fights.
Okay, so we keep saying that CDEC's got the better late game, and there's no disagreement here, but let me play devil's advocate, right?
Sure.
Let's say you start a fight, aggressive gets somehow picked. Then wouldn't CDEC be in a terrible position? Because you're looking at Viper as your second damage outsource.
No, if it's a 5v5 and it's an organized fight, CDEC obviously win that. But Mineski, I would say, have better pickoff, especially because they have the Shadowblade Wind Ranger.
Right.
And
Which
soon the Ags.
So far, she's not landing too many shackles, but when she does, you know.
Mineski can still win, but it's more like they're the team that has to make the lower probability plays of finding pickoffs, ganking, and CDEC's playing quite safe for the most part. So, but I do agree with you. It's not over by any means. Mineski staying in it and potentially looking to go late here. I mean, Wind Ranger is your big damage dealer at that point. Huskar's the tank. But there's the first MKB. I'm sure the first of at least two to come.
Yes. The BKB on Wind Ranger, I talked about how she needs damage. But in the mid lane here, looks like Hugh gets shackled up. Really needs a little bit more damage, and it will come from the Tuskar. They need to get the hell out, though. Looks like they will trade 1 for 1. I think CDEC's okay with that.
I didn't actually get to check if they smoked for that. I think CDEC might have smoked and just started running down mid at that exact moment.
It is also nighttime, so maybe CDEC was just afraid.
Yeah.
And they were,
But that's not really the hero you want to be killing for either team. So I think not a big deal. But importantly, aggressive, still farming. Huskar and Windranger doing their thing.
Is Huskar finally working on that BKB or no? Are we still looking at other stuff? Here, press F5.
No, thank you, Lumi. Huskar?
Yeah.
No, Huskar's got the halberd. Remember?
No. After the AC, I thought he was going to go BKB.
He hasn't spent anything yet. 2750. So he's still debating what he wants to go for.
I mean, BKB's got to be the item because you have Vacuum, you have Curse, even the Shaker. You really block a lot of the damage and stun. So.
All right. They're moving towards the Roche pit now. Roche about 1.5 minutes to go or so, maybe a little bit less than that. Mineski eyeing it up. It's the max Roshan respawn practically, so both teams will be well aware this is happening. And it looks like all the big cooldowns are available, Lumi. This is going to be quite the rumble in the pit.
All right, there's that smoke.
And there's your maybe style Ember coming out, the Blink Dagger.
Is the Aghanims up on the Night Stalker? Because that's going to be a huge factor in this fight.
It is, and they have a gem.
All right.
They were just trying to deward the pit. But CDEC looking to get the jump. The circle being drawn. Seems like somebody sensing a little bit of shenanigans off at the Radiant Woods, but will they get... Oh, Cuckoo. He's out in front. He's going to initiate... Well, Cheeky, rather, going to initiate onto him. Has the MKB for now. Q trying to hold this guy in place for the moment. Hangs onto the winner's curse. They keep the Huskar separated from his team, and now XZ leaping forward, waiting for the vacuum wall to come out. The snowball. They roll him deep, but Garter blinks away. Now the Huskar is completely out in the middle of nowhere. They're trying to finish off the Airshaker. Still 17 seconds and counting on the Echo Slam, but he gets kept alive by the Cold Embrace. They focus Cuckoo entirely isolated from his team. There's another grave. It's taken so long to kill him that it's time for round number 2. They bring down the Wyvern and hunt for more. Cuckoo finally will fall, though, to the enraged Sleight of Fist. As Ember jumps in, jumps out, isn't really sure exactly where the hell he wants to go. Jesse Vash trapped in the trees, and Airshaker gonna blink past him, finds him. That's the gem. They will trade their Ember's life, ended by the tusk, but that's an acceptable
Huskar buys
trade.
back, but it's been like a minute later. He's gonna TP to the mid lane, but I don't think he will get into the fight in time here. XC's gonna barely get the kill, but there's a Tusker on the back line. Punch is available. Blink daggers up as well. Will he blink forward? The blink away here. Can we get the tusk? The Manta style on the dodge, and he's doing so much damage. The punch finally comes through. Huskar back in the fight. We need the biggest jump back in, and he's doing good cleanup duty. XC barely running out. He will get the Viper, but that was a 4-for-5 trade. Roshan is open though. Is he gonna solo it mano a mano? He's got the.
He definitely can.
Yeah, okay.
Can he do it quickly enough though? Is the question.
He's also got 2K go. Might as well spend some go now. You already used your buyback. I think crit is.
Look at that fight. A 5-for-4 with a Tuskar buyback just to secure it. They need this Aegis.
To me, Tuskar had like about 20 seconds. He could have bought back a little bit earlier. I think that really turned the fight, but. You know, I guess it worked out okay towards the end, but he's not doing it quickly enough.
I don't think he can do it fast enough.
Oh, the rock though. The rock stun? Give me a rock stun.
No, well, Harold Boulder, spice up your life a bit.
Dude, if you rock stun, that was a kill.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
Cuckoo maybe not used to microing those precious little shard golems either. Just going to do a bit of scouting with them. The team's coming in, but so too is CDEC. Ember's up in 8 seconds, 5 seconds, and counting. This is going to be tricky. Weave gets deployed. Looks like Mineski might just get the Roche in the nick of time, while elsewhere, scouting XZ, getting picked off. Potentially silence, but no, the turn.
Oh. Is that the cheese Aegis as well?
I think that was just regular.
Okay, that was the second rush.
Second rush.
Yeah.
This is the big one for me. Mineski, Ember, MKB will be the next item that he picks up.
You said they needed 2 racks with this, right, earlier?
At least, I would say either racks or get like a bunch of kills and force a buyback.
Okay.
Then the game can get prolonged.
Top lane here looks like Aggressive is being hunted. We need that Shackle.
Oh, Bimbo.
How is that not latching? What?
Ice Frog.
There's a forest behind him.
There's like this angle. What is that? Yeah, okay. Whatever. I don't claim to understand Shackle Shot.
Mid lane Curse actually went on the Dazzle, so no Grave in this fight. Cuckoo in a lot of trouble. He's actually focusing the co-embrace. The fire damage though will come through. Here comes a huge the heal, and Cuckoo is still very healthy. He's going to go on Q.
Forward, aggressive, looking for the chains. He actually missed on the jump in. Now Cuckoo gets back into an Echo Slam. Meet the club, but Cuckoo takes through it. He's surviving.
Okay.
He stands on the wall. Finally will go down.
Yo, Mineski, they look like they're doing it because here comes a second Huskar live. He's jumping back in, and Enchant Totem will hit
Another
his...
shackle onto Shiki. They're going to lose more. Shiki's going to go down. Busyan Mineski as they crush through looking for XZ. They've got the vision. Jesse Vesh tracking him down from long range. Doesn't really need this kill, but it would sure be nice if he got it. And most importantly, Lumi, the cooldowns are not available.
Okay, that's that buyback you talked about. It's bringing Force out on the Viper. All right, there's a Greaves dispelling the urn, and he's going to blink away. Can he make the TP out? Barely, but meanwhile, mid lane, Mineski
they're doing
looking
it.
to get
they
the
have the opening now. There's even if they all had buyback, there's no curse right now. There's no Echo Slam. There's no wall. Mineski also have more gold on the Huskar. They may have found their opening to take that first lane of Rex. Some big misplays from CDEC, some excellent counterplays from Mineski, and man, you can never underestimate the power of the Grave in team fights to really turn things on their head. XE looking for the initiation, still 20 seconds, and they've already taken out one lane of Rex. Mineski, they could get out scot-free.
Yeah, just run
And
now.
I think they want it back.
Get the hell out now.
Oh, no, just kidding. Huskar's going in. Go in deeper. It's the only way to play your Huskar. Manta attempted by Shiki, but they leap forward. Mineski 4 or 5 hero back into nothing because guess what? Wyvern's
That's
dead.
a dieback.
Can
you win the game right now? Is the
no,
question.
tier 2s.
All right, no, okay. No, I'm saying go for the
They
throw,
could
but
actually, honestly, they probably would have a
I
decent chance
yeah,
to
I
throw
thought
it,
they
but
should
they
go
don't
for
know that Wyvern doesn't have buyback.
and Ember's coming back with his crits, so
also
that's
worth mentioning, Viper did die back in that
yeah.
little skirmish.
I said that, LD. Please listen to your co-caster.
God, I'm sorry, Lumi.
Yeah.
I'm like the Hunchback of Notre Dame right now.
Well, actually, right now you're having the toughest job. You're hunching back while using camera.
And like my
You're gonna have back
my
brain.
earpiece is coming out. You know, my microphone's flopping around.
All
I'm
right.
trying, man.
Here's the thing, right? Mineski, they had the Huskar pick. Early game was terrible, right? I don't think you could disagree with that. It's terrible early game.
Nightstalker did absolutely nothing. Darkseer got a ton out of the offlane. Tusk didn't really get that much. Ember wasn't slowed down.
And Windranger
Viper won his lane slightly. Yeah, it was a disaster laning stage for Mineski.
Despite of that, Mineski's up 1 racks. Again, their hero right now, Huskar, is 5-0, looking like to be 6-0. Do you respect Ban Huskar, regardless of how this game ends? On stage 2.
I don't think stage 1, but yeah, stage 2.
Stage
I
2
think
you ban
if you
Huskar.
lose this game in CDEC, I think you definitely consider it. It's a pocket pick that has won some big games for Mineski. I guess you're also going to know it's coming if you see the AA get banned, because that's something that CDEC have run in the past. And if AA is in this game, like these crazy fights don't happen.
There will be no crazy fight. The Huskar just dies.
You know, at that point you're like, okay, great, we got the noise ban on AA, or rather a pick on AA. We don't pick Huskar here. We move on with our lives. But
all right, so going back to this game, I think CDEC needs to change how they're taking the fights. You can't focus on the Huskars 2 anymore. You can kill him, but it will take you way too long. I think the core focus should be on the Dazzle, and that's why we saw Q dropping that Winter's Curse on him in the previous fight. You take out the Dazzle first, and then you work on the Huskar. And he doesn't have Aegis now, so CDEC's still not out of this game by any measure, but they
just need more damage. Like, Aggressive just needs that next damage item. To me, he's a bit under farm. We've seen him dying more in the recent fights.
I think that's the problem with Ember, right? Ember is really good at doing spread damage, and looks like we're going to see a pick against...
well, there's some burst damage. You get the crit. Now we're talking for CDEC.
Yeah, he's not good at doing damage to a single person, as well. We saw
he's not a Wind Ranger or like a Alina, for example.
But we did see the huge damage that he just did.
Oh, hey, Troll, how you doing? Dunk's there, but the Flame Guard will mostly block it as CDEC look to back off. Waiting for the team to get here. It looks like they do want to rumble. And the rest of Mineski not really in position. Fissure will catch Cuckoo out. But now Q tanks a Void, and Cuckoo is just so goddamn tanky. By the way, he's got a Satanic now. Don't think we actually talked about that item pickup. Dunk. There's the Manta dodge. Beautifully played by Shiki, but it's not going to matter because the shards have trapped him in. Destruction ensues as Cuckoo will go down. Sleight of fisting through. Aggressive, try to kill off some of the backline heroes, but Q will go down without ever getting off a Winter's Curse. That makes this fight very difficult for CDEC. Now Garter could be next as Bimbo lays into
Mineski-Dota.
3 heroes
Yo,
down.
they're chasing. They're chasing.
Your TI5 second place team in danger of getting blasted out of game 1 now as they have dropped 3 or 4 fights in a row, Lumi.
I mean,
look at that graph.
A lot of people, when they looked at this group, they're like, Mineski's finishing bottom. But I don't know, man. Like, I made a joke about Mineski going for row for TI 57 because they were never winning anything.
This is a very different Mineski.
Yeah, and this is a fighting patch. This is Mineski's patch. And right now, they're showing it, man. Again, Huskar 43 minutes in. If I say, yo, Huskar haven't won the game yet, you'll be like, I don't know if it's a Huskar game. But right now, Mineski's showing that they understand how this hero works, despite that we're so deep into the game. And they're threatening to take a second Rex.
Yeah, and I think the other big thing for me is previous iterations of Mineski would go on tilt very easily. This Mineski, you've got Jesse Vash, who's quite a veteran player in the Pinoid scene, possibly the most mature player that at least I've interacted with in the scene. And Bimbo's gotten a lot older and wiser. Same with Jules. These guys have been on teams, gone their separate ways, come back. Ryo's just been a stable force for them in the off lane. And yeah, they really seem to be stepping their game up now as they're going to move in onto XZ. They take down the Mailer X. Mineski, Boosyan, they're doing it, looking for XZ. In trouble now. The curse comes out. It's only onto the Raging Potato, though, and I don't even know if he goes down. Echoes out with the grave! Jules! What a play! Sick maneuver there by him, and Cuckoo stands strong. He lays into aggressive. He'll force him back. The Viper trying to kite him. Everybody slowing down the raid boss, but you can't slow the dunks. He rages forward again. This guy's turning into Shaquille O'Neal before our very eyes. I thought he retired, Lumi, but he's back in force, up to 36 armor with the weave still going. He keeps on fighting. Cuckoo, get one more. He wants aggressive as well. Oh, the armor heal. He's going to survive the satanic. He lives through it all. He's going for the fountain. Cuckoo. No, he's got him as well. It's an ultra. All
right, hit the building.
Time.
Hit the building. Cuckoo.
That's
a wrong way, Cuckoo.
Dive, Cuckoo.
No, not the fountain.
Do it like a man.
Okay.
Take him down.
All right,
this is Sparta. He gets him.
Okay, I think that the building's a little bit more important, but
Pull the fountain now.
All right,
more. We want more.
All right, if this was Dota 1, he probably would have hit the fountain after, but all right, there's a GG being called. Mineski up a game. Did anybody expect that result?
Oh, man. Okay, this day has not gone how I thought it would, and that game definitely did not go how I thought.
I mean, it went as expected. 100% win rate on Huskar maintained. They're good.
I already did. Really